Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back. This is Daily Trade Analysis with a quick market update for today, Tuesday, 14th of May, PPI Day, and it was quite a mixed sentiment, but we have to really see the details to really understand how the markets are interpreting and digesting this data. PPI month over month came higher than expected, 0.5 versus the 0.3, and PPI overall, it's spiking a little bit higher. The core PPI instead, month over month, also higher, and year over year, also higher. So why is the market trying to hold these levels? We have to pay attention to these kind of things. Month over month, the previous data on the PPI was revised from 0.2 to negative in both core and overhead PPI. On the core PPI, we were at 0.2, and on the PPI, we were at 0.2, and both readings were revised down. And despite the fact that we are spiking to 0.5, the markets are saying, okay, the previous was revised down. Maybe this is also revised down, because from 0.2 to minus 0.1 means that the PPI was cooler than expected on March. On the year over year for the core PPI, we have also a revision lower from 2.4 to 2.4. So this is actually a stable from that previous reading, but the revision also down means that the PPI year over year on the core part was also not as bad as previously stated. And finally, the PPI year over year revised down from 2.1 to 1.2. So it's an uptick, but an uptick from an already revised down reading. Then we had the Fed chair Jerome Powell speaking and basically seeing that he's not seeing progress to the downside. He's seeing labor market strong, housing market pretty damn hot also. And I think it was also a mixed bag of statements from Jerome Powell, quite uncertain and quite confusing sometimes. So we have to really watch the data. And I think these revisions down were a key part of the uptick that the market is really trying to do. So if we go to the technical analysis, we can see that during the overnight, we were also quite bullish into the reading. So into the number, we were trying to push higher, taking liquidity from pre-market highs and also the first pivot from yesterday, that we are accumulating these kind of pivots from yesterday. And once the PPI came out, look at this bullish reaction. This was the kind of thing that I was watching. I didn't take the trade because I didn't find a good setup based on a fair value gap. But this liquidity down here from yesterday's low of day was pretty damn good. Not low of day, sorry, from Friday's low of day. We got the big candle and the algos pretty much bought up any dip. And from there, I got basically the fair value gap that I was looking for, quite a bit higher than expected. I was trying to find some kind of structure down here. I couldn't find it. So I took what I usually take, a double pullback into a fair value gap. So the entry, the stop below the low of the fair value gap candle, and the target was basically this zone up here. That was 42 points for a 2.21 risk-reward ratio on the push. And after that, I was pretty much set up for a little bit of pullback. But look at this. We were chopping, pullback. And then this move higher, I didn't expect this kind of move. Straight towards this liquidity. The liquidity that I was talking about from Friday's high of day, from yesterday half day, all these people that were short since last week got smoked. How? What happened here? I don't know. The only thing that I saw is that Nvidia just spiked higher and it's actually in the green. Tesla 2.54 also in the green. The Nasdaq over in general is quite green, not superb, but the Russell is also holding 0.76. So basically, after this push higher, taking this liquidity and smacking a couple of times towards this, I'm not interested anymore in this kind of chop. It's obvious that the Nasdaq, the market, it's trying to hold itself. Most probably, we are going to get rid of this high of day in this push into the afternoon, but I don't want to trade this because the amount of volatility and aggressive sellers that we've been seeing throughout the day, it's quite impressive. And ahead of tomorrow CPI, I don't want to take any position. Look at this push. I don't want to take any big position because today was already big. Look at this candle on the PPI. This is a 30-minute big week bullish candle. So where can we basically go tomorrow? The obvious target is on the Nasdaq, all this liquidity. And this liquidity starts at 18,500 and finishes at all-time highs at 18,700 up here. CPI is able to do things like this, but I don't want to commit right now to 500 because there's nothing for me today. We already established a lot of resistance up here. We took all this liquidity. We are holding levels. So if you were to trade the close, I think a good buy dip for tomorrow would be better than playing the breakout right now. Good things is that the dollar is being annihilated, is being negated. The yields are pulling back quite a lot. Look at this candle in both the 2-year and the 10-year rejecting this higher zone up here, 4.5 on the 10-year and 4.9 on the 2-year. So this is good news. Treasuries are also taking a bid. High yield corporate bonds are holding. And overall, look at these financials. Look at these banks. Strong banks across the board. So strong Nasdaq, weak dollar, strong financials means that the Nasdaq is really prepared to squeeze a little bit more. And despite the fact that today was pretty tricky to trade, it was super difficult to find a good entry and not see these kind of big pullbacks. So I think tomorrow CPI is going to set the tone for the rest of the week. But right now, today, it's a mixed sentiment on the PPI, revised down, but bad readings. Let's see tomorrow. If the CPI comes other than expected, we are going to see a big dump towards this liquidity down here. If it comes in line or pretty decent, I think the squeeze is going to push higher, looking to that all-time highs around 18,700. The move might look like, let me just check. So it's 1.80 from here. It's Nasdaq is able to do these kind of things. So don't take positions today that you basically regret tomorrow. Be patient. Today was a pretty difficult day to trade. PPI it's pretty mixed, and I think the algos won't clear a lot of liquidity up here. So if you want to take that trade, that risk, go ahead. But I will just throw a towel for today and wait for tomorrow because today was a big day, but tomorrow is going to be even bigger. So that's all from my side. As always, thank you for your time. If you found this video useful, please give it a like, subscribe to the channel, because I upload videos like this one every single day for market forecasts, market updates, and market recaps. I appreciate your time as always. The trading day is not over yet. Live to trade another day, and that another day is tomorrow on the CPI. Don't regret doing stupid things like sometimes we do, traders. Just wait, be disciplined, and there will be plenty of opportunities on Thursday and Friday once the data comes out tomorrow. So manage your risk, be patient, stay safe, and see you tomorrow.